Sly Nation is sponsored by The Awesome Couple. Check them out at theawesomecoupleshop.com for affordable prices on boxed Pokemon products, toys and plushes, and so much more. The Awesome Couple, keeping Sly Nation stocked and making Pokemon card collecting affordable again. What's up, Sly Nation? Welcome back to another awesome Pokemon deck tech. I've been waiting to do this for so long. Jamie from The Awesome Couple and I were talking about this. It is a quad Ho-oh deck. Now, I haven't checked if anyone's been doing it. I just literally came back from Vegas, and before Vegas was the weekend where these cards came out. But yeah, Quad Ho-oh is going to be, I think, pretty darn amazing because you're swinging for 180 damage with 190 HP. Every turn, basically, if you can get Kiawe out, which is get 4 energies on your Pokemon. So we're making a Quad Ho-oh deck, guys, so check this out. We got 4 of these guys, Ho-ohs. I got 3 of them in the mail, regular arts, yay, I had to get them. I wasn't pulling any regular arts, pulled the full art. But you guys already know, check out the attacks. You got Sacred Fire, this attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, don't apply weakness or resistance. Phoenix Burn, 180 damage, that's the attack you want to do. This Pokemon can't use Phoenix Burn during your next turn in Eternal Flame. Put 3 in any combination of Fire, GX, or EX Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench, so it's very cool. Super powerful Pokemon. We'll be using Ho-oh as our main attacker. If you're swinging for 180, you're bound to kill most Pokemon, right? If you can get them up in turn 2. There's not many decks out there that are in meta that can get, you know, that many energies and damage out to kill you. So that is really cool. Those decks have gone, unfortunately, but hopefully this is a really, really good deck. It's a lot of fun. We made some, what do you call them? Fire decks, like cheese fire decks using Kiawe, and they all work just because of how ridiculously powerful Kiawe is. So the next Pokemon is a supporter to Ho-oh, and it is the one and only Tapu Lele. We got 4 of these guys. So we came back from Vegas, and like, I don't know, before Vegas it was like $37, $35 for one. Now it's like $50 or $45 or something like that. So I'm happy we got tons of them. Lele's are there obviously for the Wonder Tag to get your Kiawes, whatever you need first turn. It's absolutely awesome, worth the $50 that it is. Luckily we don't have to pay that much, but check this out. We're gonna get either Lele or Ho-oh, right, to start your hand off. And there's always ways to get Lele back onto the bench. If not, you can pretty much attack using Energy Dive. I almost said Eternal Dive. Energy Dive is a really good attack, guys, if you're going up against Pokemon that need lots of energy, like Gardevoir, there's a few other ones. Volcanion being one, a lot of energies there. Even something like, Tapu Bulu, right? That's 3 energies or 2 energies, what have you. And Metagross, whatever. A lot of good decks out there that need energy, or a good amount of energy, right? So, after that, that's it for Pokemon. A lot of people, I think, will be running some sort of get your Pokemon out of the bench once you put them down or something and put them in the active position to retreat Ho-oh. So what do we have? We have Zoroark does that. We have, is it Coco that does it too? You can just stick them down and put them in the active position. But that's hefty. That's hefty. So we're not doing that, and I'll show you why. Next we have 4 Sycamores. This is very standard. You guys don't need any explanation of Sycamore, your card draw. Power. Then we have 2 ends. I'm not going that card draw heavy. I'd usually put like 3 ends and 4 Sycamores, or maybe 4 ends. By the way, we're not running Burst Seeker, as you'll see. I don't need that much because we have lots of Lele's that help us get the supporters that we want. And once we get a Kiawe down, and your Ho-oh is in front doing damage or what have you, or your Lele is in front, you retreat, you get your Ho-oh out, you're pretty much set up for a good amount of time. So there's not much that can be done to you to knock you out. Then we have Guzma coming in. Guzma's really nice because instead of Lysander, where you just get a Pokemon that you want, you might have a Ho-oh on your bench or something like that. You use your Guzma, boom, you're ready to attack, what have you. I think Guzma plays very well in a lot of different situations, especially decks where once you attack, you can't attack again. You know, you mix that up with Floatstone, you mix that up with a Escape Rope, whatever, and you're pretty much good to go. And it's a great way to counter a lot of enemy, you know, Lysander, High Retreat, you know, traps and stuff like that. So that's really good. So we have 4 Kiawe. I was thinking of maybe cutting it down because you're never in the position to actually use all 4 Kiawes, but there might be a situation where you need to pull Kiawe first, right? You put 4. It's more likely that you're going to draw Kiawe on your first 7 cards. Every now and then you might just have a terrible, terrible hand, right? You might have, I don't know, just 3 Lele's, 2 energies, and something else. Where you need to get, oh, not, actually, no, with Lele, that's not a bad thing. I just realized my full art is not on in front. Not a Lele. Let's say 3 Ho-ohs, 3 energies, and, I don't know, Hex Maniac, right? Then you're out of, you're pretty much out of luck, unfortunately. So in those situations, you have to have your extra Kiawes, right? Just to make sure that even though you don't have draw power, you can attack and stall for many turns. We have 2 Kukuis. I was thinking of taking out a Sycamore and adding more Kukui. Kukui is really nice because, you know, 180 damage, you're killing a lot of Pokemon. Especially nowadays, a lot of GX, you know, stage 1, stage 2 lines. But however, you might see those big GX basics and EX basics still. Kukui plus the use of Choice Band helps you get that 20 plus 30, which gets you to 230 damage. Pretty important. You never know when that comes in handy. So got 2 of those in there just in case. Next we have Pokemon Ranger. Every now and then you just need to reset that attack, right? Make sure that you can go next turn. We got Pokemon Ranger for that. We have Olympia to retreat. A lot of supporters in this deck, I find. So I'm going to play with Olympia, see how I like that. Could be a really good card. We'll never know. Next we have Bridget. Bridget is to get the Ho-ohs out there and what have you. Sometimes you'll need it, sometimes you won't. In this deck, I don't expect us to really need a Bridget. But, you know, obviously we have to test it out and see how that goes. So we have 1 Bridget in there. Then we have a Hex Maniac. I was thinking of putting 2 Hex Maniacs in there. That's to shut down a lot of different decks that use a lot of Pokemon powers or what have you. Or abilities that they used to be Pokemon powers, now they're abilities. I'm still stuck in the Wizards of the Coast age. Next we have 2 Wishful Batons. Obviously this is really important because once you grab the 4 energies out, sometimes you don't draw an energy for a while, right? And you have to be able to transfer a ton of energies quickly to your bench Ho-ohs or even from Tapu Lele or whatever the situation is. I have 2 in there to avoid a Floatstone. If there's one, chances are you'll pull another one. Not a Floatstone, sorry, Field Blower. That might screw you over. That happens every now and then. Then we got 2 Floatstones. That's good to combine with Guzma, or if you have a Lele, first turn that is your active Pokemon, you can retreat Lele somehow. Coupled with Olympia, you know, you can use Switch or whatever. It's pretty necessary. Then we have Energy Recycler, just in case you lose a lot of energies. It's bound to happen. It's either you're dominating the game or you just need a little bit of support, right? So every now and then you'll be losing energies. Energy Recycler, all good. You get your energies back in your deck, and then you Kiawe again. 2 Field Blowers, very standard. That is to basically screw your opponent of Choice Bands, what have you, Floatstones, and it's important because if you have a Floatstone or a Choice Band on your Ho-oh, but you need to, you know, switch it up, give them a Wishful Baton or whatever to preserve that energy, use Field Blower on yourself. You never know, right? Then we have 4 Choice Bands. It's important to get those Choice Bands out to, you know, attack those really big, beefy Pokemon that you need to kill in 1 turn, but you can't. So yeah, it's always good to have Choice Bands. Have 4 of them in there for that reason, so you will not ever have to 2-shot something that should be 1-shotted in the first place. Next, after that, we have, very typical, 4 Ultra Balls. You got to have 4 because if you take a look at the situation, you need to pull out a Ho-oh in the beginning or a Tapu Lele. If you have just a Tapu Lele, you got the Floatstones to rely on, Olympia, Ultra Balls to grab you all the stuff that you need and retreat. Maybe turn 1, turn 2. With, say, you start off with just a Ho-oh, right? You can use the Ultra Ball, grab your Lele, get your supporter set up, grab that Kiawe, whatever. A lot of these cards are here to get the perfect start. What's up? You have a question?
Yes. What about using Altar of the Sun?
Altar of the Sun is good because it will give you no weakness, but Tapu Lele has no weakness already, and Ho-oh has a weakness to lightning, which you don't see that many of those decks around. The only time you're going to see lightning is Coco deck, which no one really uses anymore. The only lightning you see is Vikavolt with Tapu Bulu. So I'm not really worried about that, but let's test it out and see how it goes because, you know, obviously it's a new set. We haven't really played using the new meta yet. But then after that, guys, we just have 14 fire energies. I'm going to stack them this way so they're nice and neat. 14 is a good number because it's just a good number. We don't need that many trainers now. We have a lot of trainers already. Just going to put them everywhere. 14 energies. So hopefully you guys like this build. Test it out. It's actually really, really fun. Online, you can literally have you just do basic Volcanion, right? You do your 4 baby Volcanions, 4 Volcanion EXs, and throw Kiawe in there. It becomes a completely different deck just because of how powerful Kiawe is. So if you're swinging for 180 from turn 2 all the time, you're not going to lose that many matches. You'll have a few hard counters, but other than that, you'll be slamming people to death with this. So we'll play some matches once we get set up and everything, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is a lot of fun. I know that once we begin pulling what do you call it, online packs, Holly got the Charizard GX, and we're like, we have to make a Charizard GX deck for fun, and I'd love to make it in person, but Ho-oh is the better one. Like I said, try it out. We'll bring you some battles. Please like, share, subscribe, comment for more awesome Pokemon TCG content. And as always, we will catch you guys later.